Right, so y'all be asking me a lot of goddamn questions. Yo, what's it like living on your own? What's it like living in a tiny house? Do you advise living in a tiny house? So today I'm gonna be answering some of your questions. You guys have been asking me this for quite some time. I have answered some of these questions, but I want to go full into depth detail about why I purchased a tiny house and not an actual living house, if that makes any kind of sense. So enjoy this video. So I've been living in this tiny house for about roughly 3 months and I'm loving it so far. I really, really am. It does get lonely sometimes, being very honest, as someone who doesn't have a girlfriend or doesn't really socialize with people, it tends to kind of get lonely sometimes. But then yet again, if I get lonely, I go to my parents' house or I just say, yo, Dylan, can I come by you this week? My cousin lives in The Hague, so I might go this week to Dylan as well in The Hague. I'm not sure because I'm not really feeling well. Said it in a video 2 days ago or something. But yeah, anyways, besides the point, I live in a tiny house. Now, the price of this tiny house, it all varies really. It depends what you're looking for. Second-hand model or new model. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I bought a new one. I didn't like the thought of having someone's sperm on the walls potentially and thinking of, oh yes, great to know people had sex on the couch here. Fucking fantastic. Nasty. It don't matter even if it's secondhand, it can still be dirty. But secondhand chalets or tiny houses, they are actually very cheap. And the reason why all the models, and they don't often have double glass and they don't really look that nice. The neighbor here next door doesn't have a good look at one in my opinion. But it's better than nothing, and besides it's a very good opportunity for people that don't make a lot of money or can't afford a house. For me in case, it's not that I don't make enough money, I do. I just don't have a house. I can't afford a fucking house nowadays, man. At least in the Netherlands, for those who do not know, the house market is a massive issue nowadays. On the people of my age, I can't fucking afford a house. Simply, they won't lend me money from the bank. I won't get a loan because of, one, I'm too young and I don't have enough money to purchase a house. And I was always like, fucking man, I don't want an actual house. I've always told my mom, especially considering I live on my own, I kind of feel as it would be a big waste of money spending hundreds of dollars upon maybe 1,000 a month for a house, that I only live on my own. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with a house that's 3 stories high? The average house in the Netherlands for 250,000 euro is 3 stories high. Now, if you live on your own, that's a lot of fucking space. We're talking about downstairs, we're talking about 2-3 living rooms, second floor, and a living room on the third one. That is quite a lot of space wasted. I think a lot of us can agree. So I was like, fuck it, I'll search this. This wasn't actually my first initial plan, getting a tiny house. Me and my parents were going to buy a farmhouse. We would have had this house a year ago. Yep, but it didn't go because of Shell having to take people down. Basically, the thing was COVID came and, the decisions were made that everyone had to work at home. And Shell was like, fuck it, we're going to have to save money. Don't ask me why. $1 billion company trying to save money on employees, very odd, but alright, that's the thing. And my mom had the possibility to lose her job, and then you're sitting with a fucking $2,500 mortgage a month in a big ass house with beautiful property. I would have had my own business though, and my dad would have had his own business. Fuck it, it is what it is. Kind of sucks that we didn't get it, because my mom at the end of the day kept the job and was able to keep it regardless. But even if she didn't keep it, man, you never know what could have happened. But yeah, this was my second option kind of since the beginning. If the first one didn't go, fuck it, I'll live in a tiny house, and I love it so far. I think it's fantastic. Now, there is some things I'm going to be very honest in about that does suck compared to an actual home. It's smaller, right? It's a fucking tiny house. It's called a tiny house for a reason. It's a house, but on tiny versions and on a wheel. Now, that's something I really do love about these kind of places. Most tiny houses, they are on wheels, which is fantastic. You get permanent wheels. That's included in the price. I'm not sure if it's included with second-hand models. I don't know. I did look at second-hand models for information. I didn't like them. And the rules at this park, a tiny house is not allowed to be older than 10-15 years, because after that period you have to replace it with a model that's newer for health reasons, and also because of some other fucking stupid rules. Don't ask me why. So a lot of these people here in this row, they're gonna highly likely have to replace their unit eventually. Not sure when, not my problem, not my priority, I don't care. But you get the point. It's fantastic because whenever I feel like, hey, I want to buy my own piece of ground, fucking lift the thing off, and you're ready to go. It's very easy. You just call someone, yo, I want you to pick it up. Okay, yeah, okay, cool. You pay about, I don't know, a couple $100 for shipment. I don't know. And fuck it, you go. That's the nice thing about a tiny house compared to a big house. You can't really just pick a house up, especially if it's attached. It has to be a detachable house, or a, as we would say, vrijstaand house in the Netherlands, a house that doesn't have anything attached to it. But even then, I'm not sure how that works. I've seen videos of people picking up their houses. Ooh, fuck. But yeah, no, I love it so far. What I do love about my space, if you've seen my videos on this channel, go ahead and check out the house tours, is I love this model specifically. You can see on the left here, I chose this one specifically because it had two entrances. Most tiny houses that I found, I was like, fuck, it's too cramped up. They were about 10 meters long, 3 meters 50. I'm like, I don't like them. They're so fucking cramped up. And that's one thing about my one compared to a lot of other people. Most people on this park, they've got a tiny house that's just so fucking crimped up with shit in it that you can hardly walk between it. I chose this space because I wanted some space for myself as well. When I'm walking, I don't want to be fucking squeezing around my stuff. I want to just like a normal house, get in the entrance. You got a nice entrance, not too over exaggerated. You can just walk in, have your coat and everything up, you know, right? This model is 11 by 4 meter, I think. Fuck, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, 11 by 4 or something? 11 by 370? I don't know, something around that. And some chalets, like tiny houses, are bigger than that, you know. But then you're also looking at cost price. This one was actually not bad priced. This one came with all the kitchen stuff, excluding furniture. They were asking like $2 grand. I'm like, fuck that, I ain't paying that. I want my own furniture, you know. Most of my stuff that I did buy, like my table, for example, some stuff in it is secondhand. And I don't give a fuck, bro. Secondhand items, if you've got a house or tiny house, is one of the best investments you could probably ever do. If you have a new purchase, like new building, you want to get as much as possible secondhand. This table that I have right here, $320, normally $1,100. So I saved myself quite a few money. The chairs that I got, $100 for four. That's fucking insane. Like €90 for 4 chairs, and I'm pretty sure they're not leather as well. But anyways, it don't matter. I just love this one because of the space. And because I was like, fuck it, bro, I want to move out. And that's kind of the thing I've been with, you know, as someone who does YouTube full time. I wasn't really able to make videos that much at my parents' house. Now, you guys know I love making videos. It's something that I've always had passion for, especially since I've been on my own. I've been grinding like fucking crazy, 3 to 6 videos a day. You know, that's quite a lot of videos, editing as well. And I just also wanted to open up a new chapter in my book and say, yeah, I want to be on my own. I want to be independent enough to do stuff on my own. I don't want to depend on my parents, which I don't in the first place. You know, I do ask them sometimes a favor, like, you know, can you pick me up, this and that. That's the only thing I really use them for. Or ask them is like, you know, hey, can you guys pick me up, drop me off at home? Yeah, sure, no problem. That's cool, because I go to their place once a week for like 2 or 3 days. Sometimes only fucking a day, because if I'm not in the mood, I'm just like, I want to chill at my place for the weekend. Okay, that's cool. I do see my parents once a week. And then I stay with them between 1 or 3, 4 days. So let's just say between 1 or 4 days. Kind of this weekend I had stayed with my parents for 4 days, which was really cool fun because I felt a little bit lonely, and I had made videos for the whole week. I have had guests come over, 3 people, 4, 5, 6 people. 3 of them were my family, obviously. My grandmother came in over, a couple of friends. Yeah, I do have friends, but like hardly friends. But the perks of having a tiny house is the cost. And that was one of the main reasons why I bought one of these. Like, fuck it, bro. Why would I need a $200,000 house if I can just get a $40,000 tiny house? It's perfect. I got 2 rooms. Actually, I've got 3 rooms. First one is the bathroom. A full set-on bathroom. You got your toilet, you got your sink, you got your everything, you know. And main bedroom, which is huge. I fucking love the bed. I'm so in love with my bed. Like, it's fantastic. You got the third room, which is actually the room that, you know, guests can sleep over. I'm going to convert it into a little office home. And then I have the living room where I'm at right now, well, the dinner table. And then the living room, it may not look big, but it's huge. And then we've got 2 entrances. Now the main entrance is actually the front entrance. I didn't use that one. I don't. No, I use this one because of my scooter, as you can see in the background. And, you know, why would I take it through the front and make more of a mess? It kind of doesn't make sense. I hardly use the front. This is actually the back, and this is, like I said, one of the only few units that had like a big door. Most of the other units didn't have a big door. They had a fucking small little thin door, and that was kind of it. And I was like, what if I have big things and I can't fit through? You know, I have to dismantle them, and fuck, I don't want to do that kind of stuff. So what I like about these doors as well, they open up completely, which is fucking amazing. You can't just open them. You know, you open them completely. You hook up on 2 things on the outside, fantastic. And then it's like a fucking whole mess of as entrance. It's fantastic. But yeah, let's get to the point. I bought this because I wanted to be more eco-friendly. I wanted to save myself a fuck ton of money. I didn't want to have a thing to pay off every month. Pointless waste of my money, waste of space. You see, if I had a kid and a girlfriend, I would have still purchased a tiny house. If you don't have the financial benefits of affording a house, you've got to go to small, man. And fuck it, I'm not embarrassed to say it. I built this up for my own money, man. I didn't get no money from my parents, to purchase this. I bought this from my own money that I've been grinding for since I was small at YouTube, from the income that I've had. And I've been very smart with my money. I'll be honest, I've been fucking stupid with my money as well. I've wasted a lot of money as well. But this was one of the best investments, because I'd say, fuck it, I want to get rid of this. I could sell it for maybe 35,000 right now, 36, 37. It's in new hand condition. It's very good maintained. It's only like 3 months old, at least 3 months of usage. It's probably 5, 6 months old because it stood still for quite some time. But I'm very happy about this, and I love the fact this was also one of the few models with big windows. I kind of despise small windows. I fucking hate it, right? I'll be honest. I like a big window for nice natural light. I can also use it for my videos, and I've been using it for quite some time for my ASMR videos and my mukbangs, for example. Now, perfect setup, and then everything in tiny house is very good. It's actually only beneficial. It's nothing wrong or ashamed about it, man. It's fantastic. It's great. It's on small wheels, and you can travel anywhere where you want to go. You buy your own plot of land, which is my next step. Is hopefully I can buy a plot of land somewhere not too far from my family and just say, fuck it, bro, I live here full time, because that would be phenomenal. Obviously that would be phenomenal if I had my own land, could do with it what I want to, but land ain't cheap in the Netherlands. It's quite expensive, if I could say so. Yeah, it's definitely not cheap, but it's worth it for sure, obviously, especially if you go more up to like North Holland, where there's like no cities. It's cheaper per square meters. But yeah, that's the reason why I live in a tiny house. Do I advise it? Fuck yeah, I advise it to anyone that wants to save a lot of money and be economically friendly to the environment. And also, yeah, it just kind of makes sense to go small if you live on your own and you don't want a big house or a mortgage. I hope this answered your questions. Thank you so much for watching, man.